Trends do not emerge naturally. They are engineered, seeded, and amplified. Declassified marketing documents confirm we create desire where none existed. 95% of major cultural shifts are planned 2 to 5 years in advance by elite consortiums, corporations, PR firms, governments, and foundations. What you believe is collective choice is actually precision programming. Trends are the invisible reins guiding mass behavior. 3 entities control all trends. 1 asset owners, BlackRock, Vanguard, profit motive. 2 behavioral scientists, psychological design. 3 platform monopolies, distribution control. The model, invent, gives incentivize, gives impose. Rockefeller Foundation defined it. Control what people want, and you control what they do. Trends are not fashion or fun. They are economic and social engineering tools. There are no accidental viral moments. The 1% creator myth hides the truth. Influencers are paid seeders. Agencies operate thousands of accounts to simulate grassroots excitement. A trend is born when 5,000 plus coordinated accounts post identical talking points within 48 hours. Algorithms then lock it into feeds. Consensus is manufactured before you even hear about it. Media softens the ground years prior. Fashion, film, and music embed themes repeatedly. Example: sustainable living, gender neutrality, remote work, all appeared in entertainment 10 plus years before mainstream push. Goal: reduce cognitive resistance. When it finally arrives as trend, public reaction is, we already know this. Familiarity equals acceptance. Trends exploit evolutionary fear of exclusion. Studies by Harvard Business School, FOMO activates the same brain region as physical pain. We conform to avoid social death. The cycle creates scarcity, gives amplified difference, gives offer salvation via participation. You are not joining culture. You are buying back your sense of belonging. Haute couture is not art. It is annual behavior reset. The cycle of obsolescence designed by Edward Bernays forces consumption every 6 months. Elites dictate silhouette, color, and modesty to redefine identity. Baggy equals passivity. Tight equals sexualization. Monochrome equals uniformity. You literally wear the agenda. Clothing is coded obedience. Short-form video is the most powerful trend weapon ever built. Algorithm prioritizes replicable low-cognition actions. Challenges are pre-written scripts for mass mimicry. Internal documents reveal TikTok operates dedicated teams to invent culture. 80% of dances, sounds originate from in-house creators. You dance to their tune without realizing it. Clean eating, mental health awareness, cold therapy, all funded by pharma and food conglomerates. Agenda: shift responsibility to individual while creating perpetual dependency. You are taught illness equals your failure to follow lifestyle rules. Guilt and anxiety drive consumption of solutions. Health has been redefined as profitable conformity. Phrases like build back better, new normal, inclusive, problematic are not organic speech. They are mimetic viruses designed to rewire thought. Linguistic research: 60% of worldview shifts occur via vocabulary replacement. Trends in language create mental cages. If you speak their words, you think their thoughts. Ideal appearance changes every decade, never natural. 1950s curves gives 90s heroin chic, gives 2020s BBL goal. Ensure nitrogen monoxide, one feels adequate. This drives $500 billion. Cosmetic industry. Standards are impossible by design. The only beauty is constant evolution and constant spending. You are never finished fixing yourself. Digital asset boom was coordinated liquidity trap, created by banks and tech firms to absorb excess capital and introduce digital ID acceptance. Mass media portrayed as freedom money. Average investor lost 70 to 90%. Lesson: trends promising get rich fast are always wealth transfer mechanisms from public to architects. Zero waste, veganism, net zero are not grassroots movements funded by WEF and Big AG, Big Oil, agenda, tax consumption, and centralized energy control. Personal guilt is weaponized to justify global regulations. You change your lifestyle while corporations continue pollution. Trends redirect anger upward into self-blame. Woke versus anti-woke, left versus right. These conflicts are manufactured trends. Algorithm amplifies extremes to drive engagement. Studies show 95% of population hold moderate views. Visible conflict is theater. Divided population equals controllable population. Trends in conflict prevent solidarity against power. Hustle culture gives quiet quitting, gives 4-day week, all designed to redefine relationship to labor. Funded by HR associations and corporate lobbyists. Goal: optimize efficiency while managing dissatisfaction. Your expectations are calibrated to match economic requirements. You work within their psychological framework. Attachment parenting gives free range, gives conscious parenting, driven by education, establishment, and pharma. Agenda: erode parental authority and normalize professional guidance. Parents are made to feel incompetent. Power over children transferred from family to state-approved experts. Stories, reels, threads, every update is behavior modification, designed to reduce attention span, increase disclosure, and amplify impulsivity. Platforms admit features are experiments to alter interaction patterns. Adoption is framed as keeping up. You do not choose tools, tools choose you. Vaping, Delta 8, psychedelics, boom, all legalized and promoted by think tanks. Pattern: demonize old substance, gives glorify new one. Goal: controlled chemical dependency and massive tax revenue. Mood regulation removed from internal mechanisms to market products. You are chemically stabilized by design. Superhero films, zombie apocalypses, K-pop, standardized formulas owned by 6 studios. Content trends are mass education. You learn morality, gender roles, and political reality via repetition. Diversity is cosmetic. Messaging is uniform. You consume the same worldview regardless of genre. Open plan, minimalism, smart homes, dictated by construction and tech industries. Design shapes behavior. No privacy equals surveillance acceptance. Less storage equals constant consumption. Automation equals dependency. You live in environments built to make you compliant consumers. Project-based learning, inclusive curriculum, AI tutors, all funded by Gates Foundation. Systematic removal of logic and history. Goal: create functional illiterates, capable of labor, incapable of analysis. Intellectual standards are systematically lowered via progressive trends. Hookup culture gives situationships, gives radical honesty, orchestrated via dating apps and media. Goal: atomization. Long-term bonds, discouraged to increase dependency on market and state. Intimacy reduced to transaction. Love itself has been commodified and restructured. From bodybuilding to functional fitness to mindful movement, standards shift to drive new product cycles. Physical capability is tied to worth. Bodies are reshaped to match aesthetic dictated by media. You discipline yourself for their ideal. Open world, play to earn, metaverse designed by DoD and tech firms. Goal: migration from physical to digital existence. Reality downgraded, virtuality glorified. You will accept total control when it is presented as better world. Trauma-informed safe spaces, trigger warnings, funded by psychology associations and pharma. Agenda: normalize fragility and expand mental health market. Resilience is devalued. Weakness becomes identity. You are taught you cannot function without support systems. Cancel culture, hate speech, misinformation, legal and social frameworks manufactured to narrow Overton window. Speech is policed by peer pressure. You self-censor to remain acceptable. Freedom of thought is traded for social safety. Gluten-free, plant-based, lab-grown, orchestrated by big agriculture and WHO agenda. Centralize food supply and restructure consumption. Nutrition science is flipped constantly to create confusion and dependency. You never know what is healthy. Digital nomad, expat lifestyle, open borders, engineered to break national solidarity and create global labor pool. Rootlessness equals easier to govern. You are made to feel citizen of world, so you surrender sovereignty. Cottagecore, dark academia, clean girl, color palettes and visual language calibrated by behavioral scientists. Environment shapes mood and ideology. You decorate your mind by decorating your space. Cashless, buy now, pay later, universal basic income, stepping stones to central bank digital currency. Attitudes toward savings, debt systematically altered. Financial freedom redefined as access to credit. Law of attraction, manifesting culture, funded by new age industry and elites. Psychological function, redirect dissatisfaction inward. Blame self for failure. Attribute success to mindset. System is never questioned. Pandemic, climate emergency, war. Trends of fear to justify control. Population conditioned to accept emergency measures as normal. You trade freedom for perpetual protection. Age-appropriate content, social, emotional learning, inserting ideology into earliest years. Children taught to view adults with suspicion and authority figures as saviors. Clout ratio, viral. Social capital redefined as online approval. Real achievement devalued. Entire generations live for algorithmic applause. You become performance of self. Red flags, uniform narrative across all platforms. Sudden saturation, vague scientific backing, moral superiority attached. Awareness breaks the spell. When you see the hand turning the wheel, you stop dancing. Yes, 99% of trends are artificially created by admission of engineers, scientific study, and observable pattern. They are not what people want. They are what you are trained to want. Trends are the invisible architecture of mass control. To follow the wave is to be carried where they direct.